What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is Skady. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Odin. His name is the Rapl. The Rapl, ladies and gentlemen, playing as Odin. No one's cheering. Maybe you guys can cheer at home. No, you don't want to do that. You want me to get on the... Okay, the map, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the map is Tundra Pools. Look at this absolute glorious, beautiful map here. It's a map that comes with 6 perch. Oh, I love this. Oh, and there's 6 perch over here as well. 2 separate ponds of 6 perch. That's 12 fish on this map for both players. Boom, boom. Boom. It also has these oasis forests in the middle, which do help cutting off the map nicely and making it very easy to defend and start some very crazy late game situations here. And there's also gold mines, generally speaking, are on the outsides of the map. We see a pretty nice gold mine over here for our Ra player right near his dock and everything else. But yes, normally we have our gold mines on the sides. At this point, there's 3 gold mines on both sides and 1 gold mine each in the kind of central area of the map. There's also a ton of food here on this map, a ton of hunt. We have a bunch of elk, a bunch of auroch, a bunch of elk. So this map here, high hunt, high energy, very exciting. And also, obviously, hyper accelerated because of the fishing ship. You can see already we've got essentially 15 villagers out for Rapl in 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So that already just indicates exactly what's going on here in this game. Skady, on the other hand, he's at 15 villagers as well. So very, very close here. More fishing ships going to be coming out. We see the house up on this location. We'll see a dock getting thrown down fairly shortly here as he's now throwing down his mining camp. Unfortunately, he's had to delete a dock there. He's just going to wait for his villagers to get himself that extra gold. Sometimes if you throw a building down and delete it instantly, you lose a gold. It's a little bit of a bug, but it happens. And then we'll see this dock coming up for Skady very, very shortly. He's only going to be putting 5 villagers on the wood. With 6 fishing ship, you can probably, I reckon probably the best build order here for the Ra players would be 4 villagers on food, 4 villagers on wood, and then 4 villagers on gold. That way you get both the docks up and you get all your fishing ship out with a 5-minute advance time into maybe a second town center or some sort of classical fight / fast heroic shenanigans. Now, our Odin player Rapl here, he also has to figure out a way to get 12 fishing ships, but he also needs to figure out a way to get 12 fishing ships plus 2 docks. So that's going to cost him an extra 120 wood that he otherwise might not want to do in the archaic age. So say, for example, if you have your Mediterranean build where you want to go for 12 fishing ship 430 advance time, that doesn't quite work. Or I mean, probably more like a 5-minute advance time. It probably doesn't quite work. So he's throwing up his second dock. He's probably already got his temple up somewhere. I don't see it anywhere. There's his temple. And now as that's up, he's starting to make these fishing ships. So we are going to be seeing Rapl probably going for a Heimdall play here, which very, very aggressive, very smart. If this was Soup playing this game, Soup would come over here and he would wall this off and he would wall off over here and he would wall off everywhere and he would try and just make it really, really hard for the Ra player to get any sort of ground with a classical fight. Skady just about to click up here. He hasn't quite got his temple down. His fishing ship are coming through here. We haven't seen an attempt at a dock over on this location just yet. Putting up 3 docks here. Skady is actually a bit surprising. Probably a bit of overkill. But Heimdall is now 50% of the way through. Tar is 10% of the way through. So a whole 40% differential here, it's seeming like. So a big advantage in terms of that classical age for Rapl. So we'll see what he's going to do here. And what I would love to see here from Rapl is a Heimdall fast heroic. Hear me out. Fast heroic Heimdall means that you see the Heimdall, you see the units attacking you. As the Ra player, your gut instinct is to make axemen straight away. You make the axemen out, but the units don't keep flowing in. The units don't keep flowing in. You made axemen, they can't do all too much. the heroic gauge comes in at like 6 minutes 15 seconds. I tell you what, 6 minutes and 15 seconds will probably be about right for this much fish. And then you go into a hill fort with Jarl, and those axemen become useless. So that's the idea there anyway. But we'll be seeing the initial sentry tower is going to get taken down, as Skady has not set up any defenses just yet. He is going to be throwing down barracks straight away here as he realizes what's coming for him. A longhouse now down for Rapl is throwing up his second longhouse over here as the units are pushing forward. We see the Pharaoh going to be taking down the Einherjar here as the Wadjet does manage to help. That's a big win there for Skady. Obviously would always happen as another longhouse is coming down for Rapl. A little bit short on the gold here, but what Rapl can do is simply just build gatherers onto the gold if he needs to, and there's a pretty brutal shifting stance by Skady to kind of shut this down, but more longhouses are coming down. The axemen will start to get built right now. These Hersir are going to manage to get out of here. I wouldn't mind seeing an undermine on this watchtower and then hitting this wood line over here, but not happening just yet, as we will be seeing the Hersir moving to a separate location. This Wadjet here just running around being a little bit annoying as the Hersir are trying to catch back up. But these Cleopatra is actually in here. The myth, the legend of the myth and the legend of Cleopatra. Very good. But we will be seeing the Wadjet getting sniped down as the Pharaoh will get away. It's very close to falling. The Wadjet, oh golly, the Wadjet not picking the safest route there, but does manage to stay alive as Skady sitting with 400 wood in the bank, and Rapl now has himself the 3 longhouses up, going up to 5 longhouses. One of the important things here in this, with the Norse specifically, to realize is with the boosted economy, getting multiple longhouses is very important to support that, because 12 fishing ship, for example. Skady a little bit short on his fish here. He still has room for 2 more fish over here, but he hasn't, why do I have the map like this? He hasn't built those just yet, and he does have the resources for it. So a slight mistake from Skady is going to be putting him quite a bit behind, to be honest. He does have himself Perseine, and so too does Rapl. And while this is all going on, Skady is going after these fishing ships here with a lone cabinet, and more cabinet are going to be getting built out of this location. So Skady is going to be using that wood nicely to slow Rapl down, but Rappel's going to take this opportunity now to get himself medium raiders, take down this location. Do we see any docks over here? We do not. And we will be seeing their houses slowly falling. But Skady, 83 of 105 population, still no real problems. Still, we have another watchtower coming up, but Heimdall is still available. Undermine, excuse me, is still available. So we'll see how that's going to go, as all of the infantry units are out now for Rapl. For Skady. And this tower almost up. But here's the thing, this is a straight line. This is a straight line. Undermine can hit both of these towers if he needs to. And there's the undermine over here. It's going to also hit the barracks. And it does look like this watchtower will be falling here. Skady attempting to throw up a ghost building here. He's not going to quite be able to get it up, as the units are running through 98 of 105 population to 105 of 105 population. As we are seeing Rapl going to be attempting to turn around. The villagers getting pulled off of the gold mine. The woodline villagers as well coming into the fray. And this is going to be a really big help for Skady in this fight. And we're seeing a slight advantage for Rapl in population here, but the villagers will help out a ton. 25 villagers right now for Skady, though, to Rappel's 30 villagers, as it's looking as if the army of Rapl is falling quite considerably here, down to 82 villagers, or 82 population, but the villagers of Skady are starting to fall as well, as he's trying to push through here and continue to pick off these units. He does manage to clean all this up, and Skady lives another day, but at what cost? We now have a 10 villager differential here, and Rapl has to retreat, but there's a big army advantage for Skady, so we'll see what he's going to be able to do with this. Over here, we do see he has managed to pick up all of these fishing ships, so Skady could fish up this location now if he so chose, and be kind of completely fine. And we're seeing the docks targeting each other here as the more units moving back in onto this location. 91 pop for Skady is going to be doing some very nice damage with the help of that Wadjet. Unlike against Freya, Heimdall doesn't have a great answer for the Wadjet, so spamming those Wadjet out is always very good move against like a Heimdall rush to defend against that. If you have like 2 monuments up and you have a bunch of favors, just definitely think about making those Wadgets here. But we are seeing the units still trying to fight each other. The Spearmen very, very good against those raiding cavalry, even with the medium raiders and the unupgraded Spearmen. And Skady might be wanting to think about making farms or something. He's going to be throwing down his house. He does have, he still has all of these elk over here. Same too does Rapl, but Rapl right now is just eating his goats. A little bit unsure of the fact that he has a ton of hunt and he's not eating. It's very un-Rapl-like, but this is just because he doesn't know this map too well, I would assume. But he has scouted it, so it's a bit of a question mark. He knows about it, he's just not thinking quite straight and doesn't want to invest maybe in that ox cart for whatever reason. And now Rapl's over here. We see the Spearman pushing all of those back. And now we have Skady pushing forward. He's going to be attempting to hit this gold mine. Meanwhile, over here, the Slingers chasing the throwing axeman down. But there is an Einhyar here. And the Slingers will be moving away as we are seeing the first raid now starting to come in. Skady 112 pop. Rapl 90 pop. Skady knows exactly what he needs to do here as he's putting this pressure on. We see the villagers going to get pulled off of the gold mine going after these units as the axeman will get taken down as well. Skady probably can't win this fight just here at this point, I don't think, especially if these villagers come in and help. But that might level the playing field a little bit for later in the game. So we are seeing these spearmen going after the raiding cavalry. All those throwing axemen are falling here, which is very, very big for Skady. Where are those slingers? They're not quite here as these throwing axemen are coming in. They're going to be a big help. But the slingers are on the back. The slingers are on the back. They're going to be able to hit the throwing axemen, take them down very, very quickly. The raiding cavalry do get notified by Rapl to attack the slingers, but it does look as if Rapl has managed to clean up Skady's army. 30 villagers to 38 villagers, 11 fishing ships to 6. It's still relatively close in terms of villager count, but Rapl definitely has the edge thus far. But the big problem now for Skady is how does he defend this gold mine? He's trying to pump out all of these different units here, but what he needs is 5 barracks or something at this point. Very, very important. You get this thought that maybe 9-second spearmen are fine with three barracks, but in actuality they aren't fine. And Rapl is looking incredibly strong here in this game, pushing Skady back. These villagers starting to get taken down. The Einhyar are going to come in and get that splash damage done. Look at the damage. It's not that big, but it does hit all these villagers. As now Rapl swinging around, going to keep picking off these villagers very, very nicely. The spearman going to turn around. Skady with very, very little gold in the bank. He could move over onto this gold mine maybe here, but it's looking like the villagers are getting very much deleted here as Rapl pushes forward in order to take down all of these slingers absolutely beautifully here. And Rapl in a absolutely commanding position. We are seeing the villagers moving over here for Skady, going to attempt to throw everything he has at this gold mine, but it's looking like, simply put, Skady is too far behind, and Rapl takes this game on Tundra Pools in 12 minutes, forcing a game number 5 here. We're going to the game point in this best of 5. What an incredible series here for these players. If you guys are enjoying this this series and enjoying this this show match, I would really appreciate you guys following and hitting the subscribe button. All of that stuff really helps me put on these show matches, and if that's something you want to do think about doing that. If you are enjoying the content and all of the other good things, see you in the next game.